Hello, this is Celeste of Astrology by Celeste, and I'm here with the Astro and the Oracle program. Yes, I am, and I'm starting it late because Mars is retrograde, and I have felt my energy. I really needed to slow down, get more rest. I've decided I'm moving this program to 10 a.m. Pacific time, starting next week and going forward. So I don't have to be rushing myself out of the bed. Okay. Hey, Ridiculisa. Hi, Jess. Hi, Tanya. So good to see you. Hi, Grace. Hi, everyone this morning. Hey, Ashley and everyone. Okay. Hey, D-Tuggle. I Caldwin. Oh, good. I'm so glad you caught me live. Yes, happy holidays, Caldwin. So nice to see everyone. Hi, Manifester from Canada. I hope we can still be friends now that you're this 51st state. Can you believe this nonsense that's going on? Anyway, so today what we're going to do is the Astro and the Oracle program, and I'm going to talk a little bit about the astrology, and then I'm going to pull cards for Oracle guidance, where you're going to get a 3-card reading, your sun sign, your moon sign, and your rising sign. And this week I am using the American Renaissance Tarot from Thea Wershing, and it was illustrated by Celeste Pyle. And Thea is amazing presenter. I met her and got this deck at Astro Bash like a year ago. I need to reach out to her. She's the Pluto babe, and see if she'll be on the program and we can talk about her deck. It's really incredible. It's like you can get this. I'll put a link, and you learn so much about American history through the lens of the tarot. This is like a PhD level. And it comes in this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful box. Okay, so what did I want to talk about? Well, first, so I've decided, like, if you've been watching for a while, you know how crazy this year has been for me. It's been so amazing, but I'm like taking things off my plate, and then figuring out how I want to move forward. So I decided I'm only going to write my blogs when I feel called, and that I'm pausing my workshops and my monthly workshops. So the new moon in Capricorn is the last one in that format that I'm going to be doing. That's on December 29th, Sunday, where I'll talk about the new moon, and then I'll pull, I do hot take chart readings. So if you can sign up for that at the link in my bio or my website, astrologybyceleste.com, if you want to come to that. But then I'm revamping stuff. I'm deciding on what I want to do in terms of classes. I'm going to bring back Astrology Foundation, starting to learn astrology from the ground up. That's coming in the beginning of next year. And other stuff. I'm doing a mentorship. If you are a professional astrologer or want to be one, definitely think about signing up for my OPA mentorship, because it's going to be fantastic. That's in the link. We meet once a month for 6 months to help you with the tools to start revving up your business. And I've added packages, so you can get a group of readings from me for a discounted price, and we can work together in a more coaching style over a long period of time, using your chart to help you, whether you want to understand yourself better, have goals you want to achieve, and yeah, that sort of thing. Okay. Hi, Claudio. Yes, my shoulders are feeling better, a little bit better since I started taking hormones last week. So yes, so it's feeling a little better. So hopefully that is going to help. Okay, so what did I want to talk about today? Thank you. Thank you, Caldwin. Yes, my hairdresser did not want to cut my hair, but this side grows so much faster. It was like I was starting to look like this, and I was like, no, we have got to even this up. So starting fresh, because this side is so stubborn. Anyway, okay, so what did I want to talk about today? So Mercury went direct, and we had a bunch of stories related to that. And the thing about Mercury going direct, it went direct at 6 degrees of Sagittarius. and it went direct in a trine to Mars retrograde in Leo. So you can think about how Mars is moving. So this is interesting. And this, like, I feel like the biggest story around Mercury retrograde has been these drones that started in New Jersey and are being seen in other places, and the panic around them is starting to get louder and louder. So at the last new moon, so in terms 2 new moons ago, the new moon on, I think it was November 1st, we had Mars in Scorpio, which is a fixed water sign. No, oh, Jesus Christ. We had Mercury in Scorpio, which is a fixed water sign. Mercury in Scorpio was at 29 degrees of Scorpio, and Mars was at 29 degrees of Cancer. And so Mercury was trine Mars at the new moon in Scorpio, where Mercury, and this is under that new moon about mid-November, is when people started seeing the drones. So you can think about Mercury in Scorpio, these flying Mercury rules, these vehicles that are flying in Scorpio. It's all a mystery. What are they doing? People just started seeing them. Trine Mars and Cancer. I'm like thinking about this as I'm talking about it. I'm trying to decide, are these a real threat or not? Are they really, because now the stories are what happened when Mercury went direct in Sagittarius. We started hearing that perhaps they're looking for nuclear material or something like that. They're trying to sniff out something that they don't want the public to panic about. But I don't know. I just think, rather than getting all in my head, when I heard about this, the thing that it brought to my memory was when in 1938, Orson Welles read, the actor in New York City, he read the book H.G. Wells' The War of the Worlds on the radio. And that book is about an alien attack. And he read it, and people, and the way it's written, people thought he was a news person, and that's the way it's written, like a news person broadcasting this alien attack, and you're hearing about it. Well, anyway, people started panicking and thinking that the United States was literally under an alien attack, but there was nothing. It was on the day that he read that, Venus stationed to go retrograde in the sign of Sagittarius. And Sagittarius is the sign of the storyteller. And Venus retrograde, this story, it's famous because it went off the rails and caused people to lose their minds thinking we were being attacked. And so I just did my podcast for next week, and I wrote about how that's what came to my mind, that it's like a psychological operations that mischief makers are seeing. Hey, can we start some kind of panic by flying drones randomly at night? I don't know. We'll see. It could be it could be more serious, but that's what I'm going with my intuition. Does anyone have any intuition that it's far more serious, that they're really looking for something? I mean, the astrology would support it being a real problem because Mars stationed retrograde on our North Node in the 8th house, which could be like someone snuck something in the country and is assembling it. I got something more like not a nuclear weapon. If there is anything, it's about something like air. So I don't know. I'm just going with, let's hope not. Okay. Oh yeah, HRT is great. Yeah, it's helping so far. It's been a little over a week. The Boo is amazing. If you aren't caught up, my Boo and I are back together. Yes, we are. We broke up in Mercury retrograde in the spring, and now we're back together in Mercury retrograde. Yeah, well, we started talking before Mercury went retrograde, but anyway, now we're back together, and it's better than it was before. So isn't that nice? Yes, yeah, that's what I'm thinking because we know, and this is what I've been watching. So, yeah, I messed myself up when I was talking about, so Mercury was in Scorpio. Ooh, what's the secret? What's the mystery? Is there something being transported, Mercury times Mars and Cancer, over the sea, over the ocean, or that's a liquid format that's dangerous? Because Mars was opposite Pluto the first time, right back then. And then we had, and this is something I've been fascinated about, and I've talked about this several times. So November 18th was the first time Mercury in Sagittarius was opposite Jupiter in Gemini. In each other's signs of their detriment, Mercury is at home in Gemini, Jupiter is at home in Sagittarius, but they're flipped. They're in each other's sign. They're as far away from home as they can be. In signs they're weak in, where they can be ineffectual, do things to the extreme. And yeah, so Mercury in Sagittarius, just blah, 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 like talking this big game, but not having any of the real facts and things to do things with. And Jupiter in Gemini, just like boom, disseminating information every which way that's confusing. So nobody knows what's the truth. This and that can both be true. It's this duality, just confusion. Yeah, they're eating the dogs, they're eating the cats kind of energy. And then that was the first one. And on that day, which was a couple of days after the Taurus full moon, that was conjunct Uranus, which Uranus can be unidentified flying objects. And Luigi's mother, Luigi Mangione, the Perseus, I'm calling him now, Perseus. His mother reported him missing. So his mother, Mercury in Sagittarius, called about her son who'd gone wandering. Sagittarius is the wanderer, trying to get help, calling Gemini from authorities, Jupiter, who are hoping to get some protection from him, hoping to get help to find him. And then the second time was the opposition. And then right after that, Mercury squared Saturn a couple days later. Then after that, Mercury and Jupiter were opposite on December 4th. That's the day that Luigi assassinated the CEO of United Healthcare and became an anti-hero. So that was happening right 2 days before Mars went retrograde. And there's all this concern about how he's being made into this mythic hero. And I think it started the French Revolution Part 2, where the people in Pluto and Aquarius are rising up. Their anger started bubbling out with Mercury retrograde. And then once Mars went retrograde, talking about how angry they are about the elites, the Leo type people. Leo is like the one, the royalty, the superstar, the celebrity. Versus Aquarius is the collective, the group, the common people, and the power is shifting over to Pluto and Aquarius, opposite those Leo type figures. And there's all this anger bubbling up to the surface, which is making people nervous. And all these CEOs took their pictures down off of their websites, the healthcare ones, the day that because Neptune went direct after that. And it's so funny we're talking about this now, because today one of the transits is the Sun in Sagittarius is squaring Neptune in Pisces. The leaders are going behind the scenes, taking their pictures down. Oh, we're not bragging anymore because we don't want to get assassinated. And they were put up wanted posters, like the song Wanted Dead or Alive kept playing in my head. when right after that happened, and within days they were wanted. All these other CEOs' pictures were put up. And yeah, and on the day that Mars went retrograde, we had the second Mercury in Sagittarius squaring Saturn in Pisces as it was going backwards. And what's happening next week is the third act. So when we have these retrogrades, you have 3 hits. I hope people are staying with me, or I have just made everybody like head explode. What is she talking about? Hopefully you're getting what I'm talking about. Mercury opposite Jupiter, and they're both squaring Saturn. This started mid-November. We had one hit with Mercury direct, the second one Mercury retrograde, and the last one's coming next week. And the thing that's really interesting about this is that, so on the 24th, we have Jupiter in Gemini square Saturn in Pisces. Jupiter square Saturn. Jupiter's the benefic, Saturn's the malefic. Jupiter makes everything bigger, Saturn contracts. They both are associated with wealth, and like Jupiter's generous, like someone who's a philanthropist is Jupiterian, where they share the bounty. Whereas Saturn is like 4 of Pentacles, that card where the guy is like holding on, hoarding his wealth. It's like the miser, like, it's all for me, you can't have any of it. That's the Saturn in terms of that when you're talking about money. They're both teachers. Jupiter's the kind teacher, Saturn's a harsh teacher. Jupiter rules the truth. Saturn's reality. Reality bites with Saturn. So yeah, and it tends to be when they're in square, there tends to be something about financial constriction. Like, so for some reasons, the markets are contracting potentially with this square because Jupiter, big wealth, is Saturn limited in some way. But we'll be seeing, I just think it's going to be about whatever it is, storms, a malfunction of some kind of software, or it could be a cyber thing. There's going to be a lot of travel delays because Jupiter and Gemini, you can think about seeing lots of people on a highway just stuck, is something that we could be seeing. And yeah, because of Saturn and Pisces, because of there is hardship Saturn due to Pisces storms, like wind, like rain, like lots of bad rain, and Mercury's the wind. So that's happening on the 24th, Jupiter square Saturn. And then on the 26th, they're happening on the same day. We have the last Mercury's direct is opposite Jupiter retrograde, and then it squares Saturn and Pisces. So on the 26th, they both happen. So those two happen. So what's happening on the 24th and what's happening on the 26th? Is it just weather? Is it Luigi is being extradited to New York City, and there's a crowd, Jupiter and Gemini, a crowd of young people out there cheering Luigi on as he's marched into the jail, and because Saturn and Pisces is prison. That's what I'm seeing with this. Maybe they're going to try to bring him to New York over the holiday to minimize the number of people who would be there spectating, but maybe there's tons of them there spectating because he's a hero to many people, and it's not good. No, murder's not good. So I'm just a reporter. Don't shoot the messenger. Okay. So that's what I'm thinking about that. Now, could it be, the terrorists are planning to set off a bomb in Times Square would the ball drop? Yeah, sure. But wouldn't we be able to smell out that radiation? I would think so. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. I'm not getting a big worry, but I did buy iodine pills. I'll tell you that, full disclosure, because I was watching this Forbes guy and I was like, this is Forbes magazine. And he was saying to have iodine just in case it's nuclear or something. So that's what I did. I bought some pills, but I think we're okay. Okay, let's see. Because we are having that Mars opposite Pluto January 3rd, 2nd, 3rd, and Mars transits come in early. Okay. Mercury trine Mars retrograde sounds like fun. No, it's not fun. And we had in Russia, there was a scooter bomb. So there's a Russian general who was the head of like their really horrible chemical weapons program or something, and his scooter, the Ukraine assassinated him with the scooter bomb. Scooter Mercury, bomb Mars. So that was when Mercury stationed to go direct, Mars retrograde. They were at the same, within a degree. So, yeah, so we had that. Some girl, which is very strange, shot up a school in Wisconsin. So that was another story. And Mercury rules the wind. And we also had, with the full moon in Gemini, Gemini is an air sign. There was the first ever tornado in the Santa Cruz Mountains, which is south of San Francisco. So there was that. That's really scary to me. I'm worried about climate change, and I'm worried about disease with Saturn and Neptune moving together in Pisces and then meeting in Aries. Those are the things I'm most worried about. Storms, disease, and strikes. Like next year, I think there'll be a lot of strikes where, like Amazon is talking about going on strike. That's Jupiter and Gemini. My Gemini, the transportation, the people who are paid to bring our packages, where Saturn and Pisces, they are not there. So you're not getting your Cabbage Patch doll on Christmas Day. You may have to wait till mid-January. That's what I'm seeing. Mercury, they're supposed to be transporting these things. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing with these transits, that it's about transportation, it's about travel, it's about commerce, not about, but I could be wrong, not about but somebody could be, if it is someone who's trying to do something, I think they'll be caught. That's what I'm getting. I'm not worried, maybe because they're going to be caught. If they are, we'll see. Okay, let's see. Oh, okay, extraterrestrials. Yeah, the drones are surveillance. Okay. Oh, okay, yeah. Man-made, but they'll try to blame the ETs. I think they're man-made. They have the blinking lights. They have the blinking lights. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. For people who didn't know, Donald Trump told Justin Trudeau that he wants it to be, Canada should be the 51st state. And now they keep saying stuff like that. And a guy, the premier in Ontario, said, well, we're going to stop sending the United States their oil if they keep playing around with this nonsense. So, yeah, there's this trade war hostility. This is part of Venus retrograde hostility between people who should be partners. Canada is the United States' #1 trading partner. Disrespecting, bullying, being nasty to them, I don't think is a very good path forward. Yeah. Yeah. So Jess says there's lots of documentation to support the use of surveillance drones purely to freak civilians out and conjure fear and control. That's what I was thinking. It's like some kind of psychological operation. And I posted something. Apparently, Elon Musk's brother owns a drone company. It's one of the things. It might not be him, but yeah, I just think it's something. Okay, yeah. Ooh, yeah, okay. So, yeah, I heard that nuclear device thing. That's why I bought the radiation pills, iodine pills, even though I think we're okay. Yeah. Cultural confusion and mistrust. With the North Node going into Pisces, I think Yeah, people being just like fear driving us crazy with yeah, stuck in traffic. Yeah, that's what I'm getting with Jupiter in Gemini square Saturn and Pisces. Ah, okay. Yes, I save my lives, sacred connections. Yeah, I always save my lives and post them on my wall, and then I cross post to YouTube. Let's see. Oh, okay. Yeah, I've been watching. Yeah, I love that Uranus and Gemini, a new source of energy. Oh. Hi, Brooklyn Astrology. Hi, Anje. Oh, you're checking the salaries of CEOs. Yeah, these people making $50 million while their workers are making, $10 an hour or whatever people make, are on notice that people are getting angry about all of this. It's out in the open. Okay. So in Germany, the CEOs earn about 350,000 euros, which makes sense. Versus in the U.S., you're making like $50 million, which is absolute nonsense. Yeah. Oh, yes, and they're releasing the Matt Gates report. That is going to be juicy. Maybe that's where, yeah, we'll see what happens with that. Okay, let's see. Savantra, where can you look in your charts? Look in your charts for what, Savantra? Oh, yeah, there's earthquakes. Yeah, there's been a big earthquake recently. Yeah. Yes, it is very sad that this man died, Ashley. Yeah. Yeah, it is very sad that this man died. But on the bigger, like zooming out in terms of the people rising up against people who have been, the United Healthcare denies something like 30% of their claims. Yeah. Iodine. You can take iodine, so Google iodine pills. You can buy them on Amazon. Yeah. Hi, Interfacto. So good to see you. Yes. Yes. I'm worried about that bleeding eye virus because Saturn and Neptune in Aries. That Saturn and Neptune are meeting at 0 Aries. Aries rules the eye. Saturn, like, yeah. I'm worried about that. Okay, but that's not till 2026. And yeah. Yes, an island near Madagascar. I think it's called, there was a cyclone that hit, devastated this island. Yes. Oh my God, Jess, Canada, America's okay, Jess is saying the Simpsons predicted this conflict between the US and Canada. Yeah. Yeah, North Node and Pisces, more religious beliefs. Yeah, I think Donald Trump is a Trojan horse for Christian theocracy to come to America. Yeah. Okay. Oh no, Grace, you're glitchy. I'm not having. Yeah. You're right, Ashley. We do need to remember that this is a human being who has loved ones. But how many people died because of their policies too is another thing to think about. Yeah. Okay. So that's what I have to say. I mean, it could be some big deal, but we'll see. We'll see. If it is, I think they're going to get caught. I'm not worried about, yeah. But I could be off because it's so confusing, or it could be something different. Yeah. Well, see, that's the whole thing. Lots of people have zero sympathy. Oh, thank you so much, Victoria, for the badge. Yes, Vicky, you can come stay with me. My sister's in New Jersey and worried about these things because she's seen these drones. Yeah, it's concerning. Yes. Hi, Nota Koi. Yes. Okay. Let's pull these cards. But I would say listen to your intuition. Listen to your intuition. What do you think is going on? Is it just the government fooling around with us? Is it, I got earlier today, is it like Elon Musk trying to cause all this chaos, and oh, we're going to be rescued when the new Trump administration comes in, and they're going to figure out what this is, and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Or maybe it's some real thing. Yeah, we'll find out. We shall find out. Yes, more than two things can be true, which can make it so difficult to get to the reality of what it really is going on. Yeah, but today, Sun square Neptune, Joe Biden's son, the leader, talked about the UFOs or whatever these drones are, and I haven't listened to what he said yet. But let's pull these cards. Okay. Thank you for your all the feedback. Yeah. Okay. Hi, Christula. I'm going to use Thea Wershing's book, The American Renaissance Tarot. That's her deck. I love it, love it, love it. This is what it looks like on the back. And we are going to, yeah, this is just incredible. I would recommend it for anyone interested in tarot and interested in American history. It's incredible. Okay, Aries. Oh, okay. Well, Aries, you got 3 of Swords. So this is the heartbreak card. Look at that cat. After I just said, let's not worry. The first card is Aries, is the 3 of Swords. Ooh, and it has a cat on the interesting. So it has a really nice write-up. So I'll read some of this. The 3 of Swords pays homage to Edgar Allan Poe's 1843 tale, The Black Cat. One of Poe's most gruesome stories, The Black Cat is narrated by an alcoholic man who once loved his pets, but had now grown to hate them. He plucks out the eye of his black cat, Pluto, and then hangs him from a tree. The guilt-ridden narrator makes an attempt to replace Pluto with a similar black cat, though the new one has a white breast. In the narrator's mind, the white markings on the second cat resemble the shape of the gallows. The symbol proves prophetic as the narrator... Okay, this gets even more violent. So anyway, Aries, let me... This Poe wrote The Black Cat half a century before psychology became a formal discipline, and his idea of perverseness somewhat predicts Freud's theory of the id as a fundamental drive of human nature. The word perverseness derives from the Latin words meaning to turn away. So we're talking about Pluto. We're talking about, okay. Anyway, in a reading, this is about betrayal, addiction, narcissism, psychosis, self-undoing, the id. So this is a good week with a full moon in Gemini, Aries, to examine your shadow sides of your personality. Especially since the North Node is in your sign, amplifying those Aries traits. Like, have you felt angry or like, oh, I wish I could just slap somebody recently, especially with Mars retrograde. Yes. That was dark. 3 of Swords. So think about, how are you betraying yourself? And think about, yeah, doing some shadow stuff. Okay. Let's do Taurus. Okay, Taurus is the Wheel of Fortune. So this card is related to Jupiter and about karma and fate, and the Wheel of Fortune is just, you know, sometimes it's the card number 10. Sometimes, yeah. It's inspired by the poem The Spirit of the Age, and there's an excerpt of the poem above by the artist, minister, and transcendentalist Christopher Cranch. Along with transcendentalists, Cranch appeared to understand the importance of technology would have for future generations of Americans. Yeah. So this, in a reading, it's about zeitgeist, historical forces, luck, timing, change in static, chance, sudden turn, surprise occurrences. So for Taurus, be ready for surprises and wonder, because Venus in the sky right now, Venus is in Aquarius, and it's moving to trine Jupiter and in Gemini. Venus trine Jupiter. You can get an unexpected gift from someone. Yeah, some unexpected good fortune. This is exact. Let's see when it's exact. Tomorrow. Tomorrow it's exact. So notice if you get an unexpected gift. I know. Three of Swords. Like, oh my God. Okie dokie. And yeah, so there's a lot of air cards coming out. So the Gemini got Six of Swords, which is a discovery card. So with the Six of Swords in tarot, it's like you're moving away from a situation, Gemini, which you really, there's some sense of loss, but you know you need to let it go. So maybe you wanted to buy something for someone for Christmas or Hanukkah or whatever, Kwanzaa, or whatever other holidays there are. And you realize it's too expensive because of inflation or whatever, whatever. And you feel a sense of loss because you really wanted to buy that for someone. But how about you just spend time together? How about that? So moving away from that and putting this importance on this material thing, when what really matters is the quality time with Venus trine Jupiter is what I'm getting for this. Think about, move away from those thoughts about what really matters being this material, temporal thing, and what really matters is like the emotional, the caring. And if someone doesn't, well, if it's your kid, they'll just throw a fit. But if it's an adult, hopefully they understand that. And if they don't, maybe they're not right for you. Yeah, so this commemorates a milestone in Edgar Allan Poe's writing career. His 1833 story, MS, Found in a Bottle, one of Poe's first publications. The world-weary narrator is on a cargo ship bound for the South Seas as he's seeking relief from a kind of nervous restlessness. The Six of Swords is associated with the blues, a passing melancholy whose only cure is a change of scene. The ship encounters strange alternations of wind and weather, beginning with a deadly stillness, followed by a hurricane. Then a massive blast from the sea sweeps all but the narrator and an old sailor from the ship. That's another thing that happened. I think it happened the day Mercury, or right around when Mercury stationed direct. In Russia, an oil tanker, because of weather, was split in half in the sea. Yeah, that felt very Jupiter. Jupiter, like Gemini, can take something and split it in parts, like does things twice. And Saturn and Pisces, problems on the water. Yeah, so interesting. Some of the words associated with this are boredom, the doldrums. Inclement weather, change of scene, science, discovery, research, mental excitement. Ah. Oh, okay. Chrysula, I'll answer that after I'm finished with the cards. But, I can just answer that quickly. Your solar return is a snapshot of the year and what will be coming up. It's complicated, Chrysula. You still always, your natal chart is your natal chart, but you take on, it can give you indications of what's coming up this year for you. So you look at that ascendant, and where does that ascendant degree fall in your natal chart? And it's really important if the degree is making aspects in your chart, especially. What house does that ascendant fall in? Okay. Oh, wow, another swords card. So to me, the swords are mental, yes. So for Cancer, the Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords is a card of theft and betrayal. And let's see, who is this? Yeah, it's about mass cleverness, detective work, plotting, police investigation, forged documents. Oh, I could write a whole novel about this with Venus, the cat. Yeah. This is about the purloined letter. Begins, so with all of the swords, they're about Edgar Allan Poe, and like the coins are about Frederick Douglass, and the wands, yeah, they're like the different suits have connotations with things. Oh wait, the purloin, yeah. This is about hiding in plain sight. What is hiding in plain sight from you? If you're confused, don't despair. This is about how have you rationalized, Cancer? How have you rationalized things? Like maybe you knew you shouldn't be interfering in somebody else's business, but you did anyway because, I'm helping them, I'm protecting them, I'm da-da-da-da-da-da. This could be, I think this Gemini full moon is a really great time for us to investigate what are the stories. What are the stories we're telling each other, or telling ourselves? Yeah, the swords are not my favorite suit, and we're getting a lot of them. So this is interesting. Okay. Leo. Okay. Oh, great, Leo. Maybe I should just stop right now because Leo got the Five of Cups, which is a grief and a loss card. And this is Heather Prynne from the Scarlet Letter, the lady in red who was ostracized because she got pregnant out of wedlock in her town. In the Scarlet Letter. A must read. Let's see but it's grief. Let's see what else it says in the Five of Cups. These are not cheerful cards. No, they're not. No, they're not. This is about guilt, sin, regret, remorse, a morbid sense of shame, evidence of wrongdoing, arrest and exposure. If the Five of Cups has appeared in your spread, you may be punishing yourself for some real or imagined crime. Alternatively, you may be shedding tears of regret over the damage another person has caused. In either case, the milk has been spilled and there's no putting it back in the jug, as the symbol of Hester's pregnancy conveys. You may have suffered a setback or a loss, and it's okay to feel grief, but the Scarlet Letter only has as much power as the characters invest in it. Best to let the symbol burn out instead of fanning its flame. So if you're feeling guilty about something, it's a great time to, what can you do to release it what no longer serves you? We're in the waning of the full moon, so releasing. Stolen milk spilled in the shipwreck. Everybody wants a new, a new deck because, oh my goodness, these cards, oh my God. But you know, if I pulled out a new deck, I'd just be pulling the same cards from the new deck. It's the energy, Sun square Neptune. Today is Sun square Neptune in Pisces. Sun in Sagittarius, like telling yourself stories that, like a big fish story that gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Neptune that just like makes you scareder and scareder and scareder. Yeah, this is the energy we're under right now. Let's see. What is Virgo? Uh-oh, Virgo. The outlet of this T-square with Mercury opposite Mercury opposite Jupiter, Mercury and Gemini. Mercury and Sagittarius opposite Jupiter and Gemini. They're both squaring Saturn and Pisces. The empty space, the missing leg, the outlet is Virgo. So let's see what we have in store for Virgo. If I pull the tower, I just might stop. I might just stop. Okay, no, I did not pull the tower. Good. But I pulled the Pioneer of Swords. Okay, so we got the Pioneer of Swords for Virgo. Virgo has the Pioneer. So another swords. These are all swords except the Five of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune. So the Pioneer is the Page of Swords. So, while not a household name, today, James Russell Lowell stood at the forefront of magazine culture in America, along with his fellows in the Court of Swords. He was numbered among the Fireside Poets, a small group of popular American poets that had also included Longfellow, Whittier, Bryan, and Holmes. He launched an ambitious magazine called The Pioneer, a venture devoted to original American literature. So, in a reading, it's the beginnings of intellect, argument, judgment, skill, or ingenuity. And you or someone else is a satirist, a professor, editor, photographer, linguist, printer, cartoonist, witty, airy, or bewhiskered. Bewhiskered. Yeah. The Pioneer of Swords invites you to try something new in the realm of language, wit, and media. So that's for you, Virgo. Something new in the realm of language, wit, or media. So maybe some Virgo wants to write a story about a story about the drones, the attack of the drones. What are they here for? What are they doing? Yeah. And what was I going to say? I think another thing about Jupiter and Gemini, square Saturn and Pisces, is a lot about corporate media, like especially on the left, on the more liberal side. Like people, since the election, people have like just turned off MSNBC and CNN, and they're watching the Hallmark Channel. They just had it, checking out mentally. And that's part of what this Mercury retrograde and Mars retrograde, like people are just like checking out. They don't want to hear what this big said. Yeah. Certain people. I mean, Fox is doing fine. Yeah. Okay. No, that was a good card. Page of Swords was a good card. Page of yeah, Shannon Marie. No news since yeah. Yay, Virgo breaks the energy. Okay, let's get a nice card for Libra. it's so interesting. The South Node's in Libra. Let's see what we're going to get for Libra. It's at 2 degrees. Oh, great, Libra. You got that's 10 of Wands. This is ridiculous. Okay, 10 of Wands. This is a card about, I view it as putting down your burdens. Yes, I do. Putting down your burdens. Here, it's a shipwreck, which could totally be what's coming with Jupiter, like Jupiter square Saturn, in Pisces, trouble on the waters, and Jupiter in Gemini, some vessel transporting wealth. I got like in the Strait of Hormuz, like 2 ships like bumping into each other. Maybe they cause a big problem. So that's what I got for that. Yeah, 10 of Wands. Is this Moby Dick? 10 of Wands. Moby Dick's narrator, Ishmael, disappears as an active character. Yeah, so in a reading, this is about exhaustion, responsibility, stress, burden, carrying alone, going it alone, shipwreck, disaster, death of a dream. So for Libras, to me, this is like, how can you put your burdens down? Have you done so since the South Node went into Libra last July? Yeah, yeah, 10 of Wands, a time to move on. Yes, yeah. I think, yeah. Let's see, what does Scorpio get? This is something. Missionary of Swords. Okay, you see me over here shuffling. It's all about swords. It's all about the thought processes, the plans, what are we telling ourselves? Yeah, this is the Missionary of Swords and we just had a full moon in the sign of Gemini. And Gemini is an air sign. Air is intellect. Air communicates and connects. It's about thought processes. And today the sun is squaring Neptune. So we're thinking about what are the stories we tell ourselves. And for each sign, there's like a different kind of story that almost like, and we can really scare ourselves with this stuff. Let's see. Let's see. It looks like Virgos are the ones who are having the least problem with all of this. Okay, so, and in this, it's like it goes from pioneer, queen, king to missionary. And so this Missionary of Swords is the Griswold. The suit of swords is an especially contentious suit. And Rufus Griswold was an especially contentious man. Early and modern tarot lore tells us that both the suit of swords and the courtly position of the knight, the missionary of the American tarot. So the knight comes after the king in this suit. Yeah. Okay. Both the knight and are ruled by the war planet Mars, giving the Knight of Swords a special position as a doubly dangerous court card. Griswold was a trained preacher, and he was a missionary of little discord. In a reading, the extreme face of intellect, argument, judgment, skill, ingenuity, you or someone else is ambitious, an assassin, a liar, a hypocrite, a critic. This could be like you may be the subject of someone's jealousy. So Scorpio, this is a good, like especially if you have a lot of wealth or assets, you're a banker, it's not a good time to be bragging about what you have. Maybe that's it. So, because then people get jealous. Libra moon to the rescue. At the Libra moon, so on Sunday we have a last quarter moon in Libra. It's the sun is square the nodes. And then we have all of this Jupiter square Saturn, Mercury activating that with a T square. So anyway, well, we'll see what's coming. But this is very much a downer reading, yeah, but it's illuminating about our thought processes. Notice this is all about thoughts. It's not about it's all about thoughts. Okay, Capricorn. The Capricorn card, no, this is not Capricorn, this is Sagittarius, is the Justice card. Oh, this is a nice one. The Justice card. Justice, about fairness and balance. What have you learned this lunation cycle, Sagittarius? Because we had a new moon in Sag, but it was square Saturn and Pisces. So what did you learn about balancing out your energy, about limiting? Because what Saturn does is limit many Sagittarius things, like excessive things. Like just going too big. Okay, so this is number 8. And who's the Justice card? This is Joseph Story, who served as a United States Supreme Court Justice. Jupiter rules judges. Maybe there'll be something about one of the Supreme Court judges with Jupiter square Saturn. He remains the youngest person on the court. For most of us, justice is an intimidating concept. It is functioning correctly. It will be blind to the personal prejudice and uniform in its application. But it's very facelessness and finality of justice that makes it so daunting. Chafe as we may at codes of rule and law, without a justice system, men may as well turn to a state of savage and barbarous independence, wrote Justice Story. The chief value of the Constitution that it is not subject to fluctuations. We owe the stability of our laws and hence the nation itself to enlightened interpreters such as Story, who took great pains to ensure that the Constitution will remain the same yesterday, today, and forever. If the Justice card has appeared in your spread, expect to give and receive fair and equitable dealing. So it's about fairness, impartiality, eternal principles, ethics, decisions, positive law, common law, divine law, legal establishment, the Constitution. Interesting. This is such an interesting reading. Yeah, this could be... It's so interesting that we're having like these drones and everything with the Wizard of Oz being back into our conscious attention with the film Wicked, which I saw was amazing. And this card, the Wheel of Fortune, makes me think of the Wizard of Oz. Like who's pulling the strings behind the curtain, trying to get everybody all scared. Let's see. Capricorn. Okay, Capricorn's the Queen of Swords. So this is about fairness and balance with your thought processes, Capricorn. Being really honest with yourself, being receptive to other people's points of view with the Queen of Swords. Let's see. And this is Sarah Josepha Hale. She was the editor of the most popular women's magazines, God Is Ladies Book, for 40 years. The Queen of Swords displays a daunting measure of worldly influence and the professional acumen. If she appears in your spread, find ways to excel in your career while still advocating for the people who make your work possible. She's the feminine face of judgment, skill, ingenuity. You or someone else is a businesswoman, an advocate, a cultural authority, a marketing expert, a diplomat, a Libra of mature age. So this is about, using your intellect. Especially when you get scared, can you think about how you can use your intellect? So interesting. This is unbelievable how many swords are out here. So unusual. Okay, Aquarius. Aquarius, you get the Eight of Cups. So the Eight of Cups has themes about walking away, and what do you need to walk away from? What is no longer serving you? Let's see. This is depressing. These if this is your first time to this program, it's usually not like this, okay? Where there's so many cards that are a downer. This is the dramatic escape of the young slave mother Eliza Harris was the first episode of the serialized novel of North and South Uncle Tom's Cabin to generate excitement and the attention for the book's abolitionist cause. All at once, Eliza finds herself with several compelling reasons to change her circumstances. Her husband George informs her that he's running away to Canada because of how badly he's being treated by his master. She's also heard that her master is planning to sell their young son, Harry. So she doesn't spend much time ruminating over a decision as she decides to leave. Loss, abandonment, things fall apart, job change, moving on, saying goodbye. Self-preservation, change of scene, crossing the river, escape to freedom. So, what do you need to free yourself from, Aquarius, is what I would think about. And this may have to do with thought processes. Ooh, if there is an Aquarius who's in a relationship where you feel like you're being disrespected, or you're like the scarlet letter, like the person's in a relationship with someone else, or God forbid, married, this could be a call for you, because this is Leo. The Five of Cups, Eight of Cups, it's time to just cut your losses and get out of this situation. That's what I would say that's about. Yeah. So that you can really be with someone you care for. Okay. Let's pull. Is anybody still watching after all of these cards? These are the worst. Well, no, they're not. They're good for reflection. Yes. Good for reflection. Yes. Okay. Pisces. What is Pisces getting? Let's see. Oh, Pisces. You get the Four of Swords. So this is about resting, exhaustion, taking a nap, kind of stuff. Pisces, with Saturn in your sign, how it can be restorative. Yeah, here's the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords is the fall of post-Gothic tales, the fall of the house of Usher. Something about Madeline is entombed in a vault. Her eyes are wide open. In spite of the gruesome imagery of this card, the basic meaning is much needed rest. Yes, so rest, dormancy, atmosphere, the ancient bloodlines, hereditary traits, allergies, immune disorders, siblings. The sentience of all vegetable things is a statement in there. So, wow, that's that. Let's see. Okay, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 swords cards plus the justice card. So 8 out of 12 were swords. 2 were cups. And 2 were wands, right? 2 were cups. No, only 1 wands. And the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah. What do people have thoughts on this whole reading? Yes. Yeah, it is a total downer reading. So many swords like that. Oh, you just saw a story about the push to rewrite the Constitution. Yes, I saw that too, Grace. That could be Uranus and Gemini could be rewriting the Constitution. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I saw that. Yes. Yeah, this is unusual. Cancer's card was the Seven of Swords, Sydney, which could be a card about betrayal or theft, but also about strategy and tactics. So really considering your strategy and tactics. We are being called to reflect what we want to need to let go, wrap up, and move on. Yes. Yes. Oh my God. Pisces gets told to go to sleep. That's Neptune. Yeah, the Sun square Neptune. Yeah. Well, this is the energy of, with Mercury in Sagittarius opposite Jupiter and Gemini, and they're both squaring Saturn. So there's a heaviness to the energy about our thought processes. And I think the drone thing is just a manifestation in the real world about this nervous energy that so much is going on in our heads with the Jupiter and Gemini. So much nervous energy, nervous thoughts. And this reading offers you the opportunity to maybe tap into where are you, like, what is your subconscious concerned about or need to reflect on and think about in the terms of how do we use our minds in ways that aren't helpful to us. That's what I'm taking from this, because my 3-card reading is the Wheel of Fortune. To me, this is about, is the glass half full or empty? Are you Aries moon, Cancer rising, 3 of Swords, 7 of What strategies do you use against? So if you have Taurus, Cancer, and Aries in your chart as your sun, moon, and rising, you can be thinking about, like, what strategy do you view the card, do you view the cup half full or half empty? Are you always expecting betrayal? And what tactics do you use to protect yourself from being hurt? This is what I'm reading. This is what I'm going to be contemplating for myself with this reading. I think that's very helpful. Yes. Okay. Anyone else? It's very informative. Yeah, I pulled cards that were, yeah. Okay, Manifestor is a Leo sun, a Leo sun and rising, and a Scorpio moon. Missionary of Swords. So this, to me, I'm getting, how do you react when you feel like someone is saying something to you where you're not being valued, appreciated, admired? You feel like you're being disrespected in some way? Do you go off guns a-blazing? And sometimes is it even not, like, I want you to think about, your secret shames. And what are the triggers for those things? I think is a good thing for you to be thinking about. Yeah. Okay. So with Christine is 7 of Swords, Libra rising, and a Capricorn moon. Okay. Let's see. 10 of Wands. When you continually, Christine, just keep doing too much till you exhaust yourself, and maybe it's because you feel like a caretaker, that you have to do it all. Maybe if you're a mom with a bunch of kids and a husband and like all these responsibilities, you're constantly exhausting yourself. And this strategy is stealing. You're stealing like some of your precious time and sanity from yourself. How can you use your logic to be more balanced rather than moving just through like the guilt tripping or those experiences people are constantly telling you to get you to do everything for them. I feel like this is about you recognizing that you need to use your intellect to be more, to bring more balance into your life. And if you're like, if control is an issue, sometimes with Cancer energy, control can be an issue. You do it all because if you let anybody else do it, they're not going to do it right. Like, let one of the kids load the dishwasher, and it's okay if all of the glasses aren't right or everything's not properly. Just let them do it. And just run the dishwasher, and if they're not all totally clean, it could be a learning experience. And then we could just run the dishwasher again once we fix everything up, or just maybe we just have to wash one or two plates that have a little goop on them, but we're not letting ourselves go crazy over these little things that are not important. That's what I'm getting for that. Oh, yeah, stealing from yourself. Yeah, okay, let me do it. Okay, wait, we already saw those two. We already saw those. Yeah. Hey, Muchola, so good to see you. Yes. You might want to watch the beginning where I talked about, I'd love your thoughts about the T-square that's going on. Okay, you're single with no kids, Christine, but is it at work then? Is there someone or your family? Is there somewhere in your life where you're just doing too much and you're stealing from yourself? Think about that. Okay. Sydney, Aries and Cancer. You've got the Three of Swords and the Seven of Swords. I feel like this is about, how are you, like, what really sets you off where you're just like so angry, you're ready to, yeah. And how does it, yeah. I think this is about you like really evaluating your relationship with anger. Evaluating your relationship with anger. Do you let it out? Or do you keep it all contained? Or do you act like a cool cucumber when you've been betrayed? And yeah, what drives you to that? As an Aries, you're supposed to speak up for yourself and protect yourself. Yeah. Okay. Caramel. You're a Pisces sun, Aquarius rising, and Virgo moon. Okay, good. These are different. Okay. Pisces sun, you need some rest. What do you have planned that you need to walk away from and just stop doing too much in order to let new ideas and new energy come in? When we fill ourselves with overdoing and overworking, it's really hard to get new ideas. Okay, let's look at the questions. Okay. Oh, a bunch of people put their stuff in. Yeah, okay. Teresa, oh, you're Aquarius, and Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups and Missionary of Swords. What do you need to walk away from in terms of, I wonder, did your husband annoy you today? Or if he gets all riled up about something, just mind your own business. I just like, okay, honey, you get to be all riled up about that. I'm just gonna keep up on with my day. Okay, I better go. I could sit here all day doing all of this, but I hope you found something helpful. Yes, I know the cards were heavy, but sometimes we need to do this evaluation. Yeah, I think there's some good thought processes that can come from evaluating our evaluating the crevices of our mind with a full moon in Gemini that squared Neptune. Ooh, the illusions and the delusions. Okay, take good care.